Hey, how you doing? My name's Dave. I'm in the process of replacing the stator on my '09 Harley Rocker C, and going pretty good. There's a couple things like in the manual. There's a retaining ring. It's called. It's an 1 3/4 hex. They got things you can hold the clutch in the compensator sprocket, a tool you can do that with. It doesn't matter because there's some give on the crankshaft, so you got to hold that 1 3/4 hex head when you're breaking that bolt loose, the compensator sprocket bolt. Doesn't tell you that in the manual, but when the reinstallation, it tells you to hold that while you're torquing it, so go figure. Anyways, what I've run into is trying to get this rotor off. The magnetic field, I got the battery out and everything, make sure you do that. So the magnetic field is it keeps slamming back in, and the two holes in the rotor aren't threaded, and I tried holding it with a couple bolts, and and it keeps sucking it back in. So what I did, I'll show you quick. I tapped those two holes with a 5/16 18 tap, and I put the sprocket assembly on there. I took both plugs out so there wasn't any compression. I could turn the engine, and I moved them so you could get the tap in there. See, that's in between a couple of the fields. So you can get that in there. So then I tap them holes. It's not going to hurt nothing. The stator's beat anyways. So I got a couple shear bolts from my 1970 something Arian snowblower, and they go in there pretty snug. So that's pretty good. I'm going to set you down. I'm going to grab a hold of this, see if we can slide this bitch off. All right, let's see, get a hold of that. And you see, I pulled it out. I'll show you again. Works awesome. Get a hold of that bitch. You can slide it. You can really hold on to it good. And then you get to the point where the magnetic field breaks and it's hitting. And what I found, I'll show you. It's hitting inside right there. So I can't get it off. It's not bad on this side, but it's hitting right there where that's higher. So there's no way I'm pulling the clutch off and the inner case and everything else. So I'm getting a freaking Dremel tool out, and we'll see if we can take care of that. So I'll get back with you in a minute. Well, I'm back. So I got it. I used the Dremel, and I'll show you what I did, and we'll pull that rotor off. Bear with me 1 second. So I used the Dremel, and I took that ridge off the inside. There was a little lip right there, like a square edge. So if you don't feel confident with a Dremel tool, you can pull the whole clutch assembly off and that inner case and everything else. The critical thing is, do not grind that machined edge, or you're going to leak oil. So did pretty good. There ain't no one put any dings or marks in that. So I ground it, checked it, ground it, checked it, and we got her. So let me pull that off. All right, we'll pull that rotor off now. And magnets got some poop to them too. So I put my foot right against there. Once it gets past there, you can feel it. So I had to give it a couple little shots here. There it is. So once again, I don't know why there isn't clearance for that. Love my Harley Davidson. Some of the stuff they do or don't do. And that stator is smoked. Every field is black. So, got a brandy new one. Go in there. Like I said, the biggest thing was them holes. You can see I threaded them. So, oops. If I ever have to change it again, hopefully not, but be able to pull the frickin' thing off. And, you know, it took me, I don't know, half hour probably grinding, checking, grinding, checking, you know, spray it with brake clean, suck it out. But I got it off. And, yeah, so if you're wondering if you get to that point and you can't get it off, actually my buddy Jerry called me, said if you can't get it off, it's hitting on that case. And it was. So, you know, carefully I kind of got that ridge off there a little bit, but there was like a square edge right here. So anyway, and it didn't take enough off that it, you know, it's going to hurt it, the structural integrity of it at all, I don't believe. So anyways, that's it. And have fun out there. Watch out for guys in cars, assholes in cars, whatever. They don't pay attention. So hopefully this helped. It's just trial and error for me. You know, the other thing on there was show you. That's the compensator sprocket retaining ring. And I got the Harley manual, and it doesn't, you know, I made a tool to lock the clutch sprocket and that sprocket, and so they didn't move, but there's some give to that in the compensator, so I put a 1 3/4 wrench on that and locked it against the floor, and I was able to break that bolt, the bolt loose. They say not to reuse that. Looks like it's got lock patch on it, so I'll go up to my dealer and get a new bolt. Yeah, it says to put an 1 3/4 wrench on it and torque it to 100 foot-pounds, but in the disassembly, it doesn't even mention it. So I had to figure that out too. Anyways, I like wrenching on my shit. You know, it's part of the joy of owning one. Sometimes I get frustrated, and if I figure out something that maybe can help somebody, I like to pass along. So be safe out there. Take care. Have a good day. Thanks.